Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are with new strength and conditioning coach, Mr. Corey Marrow, correct?
Yes, sir.
Corey, great to welcome you here. Corey has a key role as he will be bringing all of our athletes to a new level, physically, nutritionally, and the whole 9 yards. And so we just wanted to get a chance to meet you as you are pretty new to the SEL school district. And I guess a fair place to start would be, what drew you to this profession in the first place?
I think being a part of it, just being a guy that's done it. I've been in sports really through elementary on up, and as far back as I can remember, it's something that always caught my attention and motivated me. Gave me something to do most of the time too.
Sure.
So just have a really deep athletic background.
Okay. Can you give us a little bit of history on that background and some of the things you've done before coming to Brush?
Yeah, so in high school, I was a four-sport athlete, baseball, or played baseball younger, but basketball, football, and occasionally ran track. So I think I was always active in sports almost year-round. And then for all those sports, we have weightlifting as well, so we were training for those sports. So I think that was a big part of opening my eyes and doing it, first of all, seeing the results for myself.
Sure.
And then kind of after my college career, after my professional career, learning a lot about the profession and growing in the profession as well.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about the expectations that you have for the Brush students and how you feel you will fit into this whole program?
Yeah, the expectation is work. I want to put information out there for these guys to hopefully soak up and then use it in their given sport.
Okay. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your approach, because as we all know, people are people. We're all a little bit differently wired. And when it comes to athletics, obviously, some guys need a kick in the pants, some guys need a pat on the shoulder. So right. How do you look at that whole aspect of dealing with so many athletes across so many different sports?
Right. Right. I think it's really important for us to really get in there and set a solid standard. And I think the first standard you kind of want to set is school-wide, program-wide. Sure. So I think kind of getting everybody under the same umbrella at first and understanding how we move and kind of how we do things and the structure of our workouts. And then I think once we conquer that, that gives us a chance to actually have our best workout. It'll put us in the best position to actually get the work done.
Sure. At the risk of sounding like I'm interviewing you, because you already passed all that, but what are the attributes and strengths you bring yourself that will make a big difference on the Brush athletic sports?
Yeah, I just pride myself on being a motivator, and that's a lot of different ways. So I feel like I want to relate to a lot of kids differently and treat them as such. I think that if we kind of relate them all together under one, I think sometimes we miss some steps with some kids. So I think it's important for me to really build a relationship while motivating them to learn their potential.
All right, now the tough question, I'm going to throw it your way. The non-compliant athlete, or the one who is difficult to reach. Some kids get it automatically, right. But then you've got a certain amount of athletes, who are going to need that extra push. How do you do that?
Yeah, I think it's really relationship building. Find out what makes the kid tick, and that's positively and negatively. Find out what they're interested in, and then find out some of their goals. Sure. I think that most people have goals walking around, even if they're kind of shy about expressing them. They have some goals in their mind. So kind of just getting them to verbalize that, as well as putting forth the actions to accomplishing the goal. Okay,
how's it going so far? I know you haven't had a whole lot of time yet to work with everybody, but from what you've seen so far, what's your motivation, or what's your outlook on things?
Yeah, for the most part, it's been positive. I think that there's a lot of hungry kids here, and there's a lot of kids that, I don't want to use the word potential, but I think that it's a place where there's big room for development. Okay. And I think that's something that this district really already has going for it, is a strong athletic development. So I think I just want to add to that.
So Corey, we've talked a lot about the student athletes themselves, and that probably is your number one target, but obviously there are the coaches to deal with too, from a wide variety of sports, and they have different personalities and wants and desires as well. How do you handle that coach relationship from your perspective?
Yeah, and I'll talk about that umbrella again. kind of want to be all under the same umbrella. So kind of want it to start up top, you know, with administration, of course, but then coaches, then to the athletes, and we all want it to kind of be the same message.
Sure.
And I think that's the biggest part. So doing a lot of communicating, doing a lot of strategy, bouncing strategies off of each other, and kind of learning, you know, the roots of these coaches and what they instill in these programs.
Okay. A young man comes to you or a young woman comes to you and is an integral part of one of our programs and comes up with a big injury. What's your focus at that point? How do you split yourself between the athletes that are healthy, those that are injured, those that maybe need a little more strength?
Yeah, and I think we have a great job because we do have an athletic trainer, and I think the communication there is huge too. So being on the same page there, being able to have someone to go to, communicate with, like I said, again, bounce off ideas, what he can and can't do, and just find a way to keep that athletic development growing.
All right, Corey, thanks for spending a little time with us today, getting a chance to learn about Corey Marrow, our strength and conditioning coach. Brand new at Brush, but already finding a home, I can tell already. So, hey, thank you very much, and good luck in year one.
Thanks, Rick.